It's 1990, I'm 22 years old, and I've just graduated college. At 22 years old, what did I want to do with my life? I wanted to make the world a better place at real scale. And I thought a good way to do that would be grappling with the big questions of values and ethics and who we should be as a society. So I headed to Oxford to study philosophy. But within months, I knew I made a mistake. I realized that academic philosophers mainly influence other academics, not actual everyday people. Clearly not what I wanted. I wanted to express values in a way that would have big, broad, social impact. So philosophy wasn't my path, but I had no idea what to do instead. I was miserable. I felt lost. I was stuck. My name is Reid Hoffman, and I'm an entrepreneur and investor. 19 years ago, I co-founded LinkedIn, and 10 years ago, I co-authored a book called The Startup of You about using entrepreneurial strategies in your career. From the students who read my book to all the young entrepreneurs I've invested in, to the millions of students on LinkedIn, young people around the world have shared their career concerns with me. And I hear the same thing again and again. I don't feel ready. School is supposed to prepare you for the world of work, but the world of work is constantly changing, and changing faster and faster. There's too much competition, too much information, too much uncertainty, too many risks, and things we previously couldn't imagine are happening again and again. It's overwhelming. If you're just starting your career, you may not feel ready. You may feel like the rules are changing just as you're starting to play the game. But I have good news. You're more ready than you think. You may not believe it, but I'm not saying this just to make you feel better. It's true. There are 3 things that matter in the new world of work, and you already have them. First, you're more adaptive than you think. Second, you can take more risks than you think. Third, your network is bigger than you think. 1. Adapt. How do I bring my different interests together into a career? What should I do if I don't know what I like? How do I choose between so many different passions? These questions are variations of the classic career question, what should I do with my life? But these are the wrong questions to ask. These questions focus the attention on you instead of the most important factor, you in the field of everyone else. Many people want your dream job. For anything desirable, there's competition. To adapt to the competition, you need to build a competitive advantage. But what is a competitive advantage made of? Assets, aspirations, market realities. Your assets are what you have going for you now. Your aspirations are where you might like to go in the future. And the market realities are what people will actually pay you for. One without the others doesn't work. Skills that can't earn money won't get you very far. Following your bliss, but not being very good at your bliss, won't be blissful after long. And obeying the market regardless of your likes and passions isn't sustainable over the long run. The best career has you using your assets to pursue worthy aspirations while navigating the market realities. If you have limited work experience, you may think you don't have much to offer, but you'll be surprised how valuable your existing skills and connections are to those who don't have them. Helping others requires a belief that you are capable of helping, and everyone is capable of offering something, whether it's emotional support, constructive feedback, or the gift of information. If you underestimate your capacity to help, you'll miss opportunities to make a positive difference in the world. And if you're unable to adapt to today's opportunities, you're unlikely to adapt to tomorrow's challenges. Believing you can help others is critical to an adaptive startup mindset. 2. Risk. Traditional education penalizes students for making mistakes. So the most successful students make the fewest mistakes. In the world of work, you don't know what the best plan is until you try. And making mistakes is part of that learning process. Risk tends to get a bad rap. We associate it with things like losing money in the stock market or riding a motorcycle without a helmet. But whether we realize it or not, we all take risks every day. Doing anything contains some degree of risk. Risk is the flip side of every opportunity and every career move. Rather than fleeing risk, you should develop the skill of taking intelligent risks. You may assume that you get career stability by minimizing risk. Ironically, in a changing world, playing it safe is one of the riskiest things you can do. But learning how to accurately assess the level of risk in a situation isn't easy. Risk is subjective. What may be risky to you may not be as risky to someone else. Risk is dynamic. It may be better to take the risk right now than taking the risk later. Here are a few principles to help you evaluate how risky an opportunity really is or isn't. Determine whether the worst-case scenario is tolerable or not. If the worst-case scenario is serious harm to your reputation, or the loss of all of your economic assets, or something that is truly career-ending, don't accept that risk. If the worst-case scenario is getting fired, losing a little bit of money or time, or experiencing some uncomfortable emotions, remain open to taking on that risk. If something worthwhile will be riskier in 5 years than it is now, be more aggressive today. As you age and build more assets, your risk tolerance usually shifts toward increased caution. Pursue opportunities where others misperceive risk. You will find opportunities that others miss. The best opportunities frequently have the most question marks. If you don't feel the need to contemplate the risk related to a career opportunity, if you feel no fear, it's probably not a breakout opportunity. There is literally no career opportunity in the world that's worth talking about that is risk-free. 3. Your network. Relationships matter because every job boils down to interacting with people. Sharing experiences together, digitally or in person, is everything. In fact, the word company is derived from the Latin com and pane, which means breaking bread together. Relationships matter because every opportunity is attached to a person. Opportunities do not float like clouds in the sky. They're attached to people. If you're looking for an opportunity, you're really looking for a person. Relationships matter because the people you spend time with shape who you are and who you become. The fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who are already the way you want to be. In school, you have classes, student organizations, a campus. Building relationships is easy, but in the world of work, you have to proactively build your network. You may think your network is small, or that you don't know the right people, but your existing network is bigger than you think. If you're connected to a couple hundred people on LinkedIn, you're actually at the center of an extended network more than 2 million people strong. Now, you may be raising your eyebrows thinking, sure, I don't know millions of people. It's true, you don't know millions of people, yet. But your extended network includes the people who are 2 or 3 degrees away for a simple reason. They can all be reached with one introduction. The best way to meet new people is via the people you already know. There's one more reason that this extended network of people you know and people you should know is important, and it has to do with information. Traditional education trains us to memorize facts stored in textbooks and then regurgitate them in exams. But in the new world of work, you can't acquire information this way because the information you need isn't static, it's always changing. Stockpiling facts won't get you anywhere. What will get you somewhere is being able to access the information you need when you need it, which is usually very soon. The solution? Your best source of accurate and actionable information is the people in your network. Who you know is what you know. Which brings me back to 1990 and 22-year-old me, when I realized that I chose the wrong path, when I felt stuck and felt lost. And then I shared this with my friend Stefan, and he asked me, Reed, why do you want to do philosophy to begin with? I want to make society better, I said, at real scale. If academia isn't getting you there, you get to choose a different path that does. This simple response changed my life. It changed my life because he reminded me that I could adapt my plan based on new information. It changed my life because it was clear that staying on a path that had no chance of accomplishing my mission was the riskiest move of all. And it changed my life because it came from a trusted friend in my network, someone I felt comfortable sharing my problems with, who knew me well enough to challenge me. He was telling me that I was ready, and so are you. Not because you've learned everything you need to know. We are all works in progress, but because you're likely underestimating what you already have. You're more adaptive than you think. You can take more risks than you think. Your network is bigger than you think. You're more ready than you think because you're ready to start.